For exercise P3-38, I'm going to start just by drawing the main portion of the profile. So we're going to come from here, and I'm not going to draw all of this using dimensions. I'm just going to get a rough baseline first. So I know that this segment here needs to come up 35. Then from here, it's going to come over, go up another distance, over. It's going to come down to the point where it's lined back up, come out to an edge over here, down, and finish going all the way around. Now I know the dimension right here is 8. The overall height of this entire object is 70. The entire width of the object is 40. I know that I want collinear constraint between this line and this line to bring those down to the same height. The distance for this section right here is 8. The distance back here is 21. The thickness of this particular piece is 8. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us pretty much the completed section or the completed profile view, so I can go ahead and finish this sketch. And now I'm going to orbit this thing so that it's kind of in the same direction as the book to make life a little bit easier for myself. And the total extrusion distance for this is 100. I now have pretty much all the information I need to continue. So I'm going to go ahead and do a new sketch on this surface. And I'm just going to draw a rectangle. It's just quicker than drawing 3 lines in this particular instance. So I know that this right here is going to be 10. I know the whole thing is 60. And that it is 20 off of the side. I can now go ahead and extrude that, saying cut through all. And let me pick my profile. Okay, so there's the cutout that goes in here. Next I'm going to work on the cutout that goes on here. So I'm going to do a new sketch on this surface, which is going to be a line that's going to come down, and it comes down 14. From here I'm going to click and drag over to get an arc, and then just come up here and finish the object off. The radius of each of these is 6. And the distance to the first one is 20. I'm now going to extrude this, cutting through all. And I'll say OK, and that places that cut. Now what I want to do, since there's 4 of them, is I'm just going to go to rectangular pattern and I'm going to select this feature. The direction that I want to go is in this direction here. And if you look at the arrow, it's pointing the wrong way, so I can click this button right here to flip it. I want 4 of them. Always count the one that you're working with, and they need to be 20 apart. We'll say OK, and that puts that in. Now I've got to do my fillets, which all have a radius of 5. So I'll set that to 5, and I know that I want this edge filleted, want this back edge filleted, this edge filleted, and these 2 inside edges right here filleted. And that should be all the fillets for this particular piece, so I'll go ahead and say apply and just visually verify that I've got everything in. This fillet should not have been in there, the one on the bottom edge right here, so I'm going to right click, edit feature, and I'm going to hold down shift and select that edge again to take that fillet out and say OK. So I've got these 2 edges filleted and these 2 inside edges here filleted. And that completes exercise P3-38.